Alright, here we go. Good morning and good evening to everyone around the world. So in this video, we are going to deploy a private ECR to EKS cluster to an EKS cluster using Helm chart but still locally. So join me guys, how we can do it. So let's first make an EKS EKS Helm Angler private ECR YAML. Okay, so this is the directory that we're going to work in. Work in? Is it the right English for that? This is where we're going to work. Okay. Let's see. We do have a Docker file already. Docker image, Docker images. So this is the Docker image that we want to use. Um, the Docker latest. So it's already built, and we want to tag this so that it'll be a private, or to make it simpler for future references, we'll just copy what we have in the previous implementation. It's an Angular, our previous Angular implementation. How do we open a file here? File, right? Let's go to repos. Oh, no, not that one. We're in 2024 now. Angular, this one here. Just copy this and put this in the new directory that we just created, which is which one? Yeah, this one here. Alright, so there you go. Okay, so we now have that, and then we still want to build it like how we built the previous one. And for the Nginx, yeah, still the same, but now we want to name this as we want to add private on this one. So in the package, there should be or in the Angular JSON, there should be an output here. Output, yeah, so output directory will be, let's put private because we're gonna add private here. Rename this private. So the in Angular JSON output, so we added private, and in the dashboard want to add here yeah, here from private ECR repo. All right, and then yeah, we have that covered. So let's go back to EKS helm Angular private. All right, let's so we are there. What's next is we want to add a readme so that in the future when we come back to this, we knew what we did. So here we change, we copied this from EKS Angular, EKS Helm Angular YAML directory. Oops, what's the spelling? Directory. Then we change the output in angular.json to add dash private, and we also change the directory this is directory project directory name, adding dash private. Number 3, we want to add readme, which is the one we're adding here. Let's first commit this so that we'll have a record of what has been changed. All right. Next is we want to define, or we'll first create an ECR. Create an ECR private repo. Name it EKS demo private. So that is what we're going to create here. So this is private, so this is the name of the private repo, right? So this is its URI, giving us the URI, this one, right? Next is we want to push our image. So we click here, view commands, we then log in. Okay, so we push the dockerized app in step 1. The repo is there. We tag it like this, tag it to the latest. Okay, so we're gonna execute all of this command. Here you go. So it's now succeeded. EKS Angular private. Then we're going to build the Docker image. This might take some time. Alright, ng build, it's building the image. Alright, so next is we are going to tag that to the private repository in EKS ECR, or no, in ACR, sorry, AWS ECR. And then let's push this. Push so right, it's now pushing. So next is we're going to create the EKS cluster by YAML file. So we'll create a cluster here, cluster.yaml, name it cluster.yaml, and yeah, just put it there, and then put the definition that we want. So this one here, we'll call this EKS demo private cluster. We will not change anything here. We still have to study this, and the subnets here are the available subnets in our default VPC of our account. So there you go, we created. Then step number 6 is we execute to create the cluster. Right, so number 6 is create the cluster using EKS CTL. there. All right, so we'll push the, oops, haven't finished pushing. Every day it's a new day. Right, so let's push. Let's create the cluster. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, we'll go where the directory, we go where the location or cluster.yaml is. So let's create the cluster. It'll take around 15 minutes to create it. So while we're doing it, we are going to check the rule of our the rule that we created for our EKS in the in AWS if it has access to private repository um, in ECR. How do we check that? I'm still looking at it here in a different screen, so just wait for it there and just stare on the screen while I'm looking for that in the other screen. All right, so I will go to IAM and I will check the rules. I'm going to check the Kubernetes admin rule and see if it needs, so I have Amazon EC2 container registry full access, so I'm not sure if that is enough to pull images in the private repository. If we go to this repo, let's see if there's other things, or maybe click this one. Permissions. Permissions. This is interesting. So let's click the permissions. Edit JSON. So this might be where we're going to add a permission for permission from a rule. So let's ask ChatGPT for help on this one. Right, so we're now here in ChatGPT. Okay, let's say I have a private ECR repo. I want to give my a rule named name Kubernetes admin to have access to this private ECR repo. How to help me generate a JSON policy for it. All right. So download URL, right. All right. So what is this? Create the IAM policy. So it's going to create the policy and then attach it to the rule. Attach it to the rule here and policy. Okay, so it needs to be attached to the rule. So let's check the rule in the different browser. ECR. Do I have this commands? Do I have these actions in the see here in the permissions that I have? All right. Every day is a new day. Hold on. Let's do it again. Kubernetes admin. Let's go to the permissions. This permission. So ECR. Says batch check layer. Get image. Download URL. Is that get download URL for layer? Yep. And list images. Looks like I don't have the list images here. ECR list images. It doesn't have the ECR list images. List images. Doesn't have. Oh yeah, it has. So I think this my my permission is fine maybe. So let's continue. Yeah, it's still waiting for the cloud formation to be created. So I'll just pause this video and I'll see you when this is done. Alright, so our cluster has been created. Now we want to check the cluster. So to check the cluster, we need some commands. So we'll execute this command. Get the namespaces. And yeah, we haven't installed a Helm chart yet, so we will. Next is C. Number 7 is create the Helm chart. So to create the Helm chart, we need to just Helm create demo EKS demo private chart, right? So that should be created here, and then our values will be the repo name, which is this one. Let's put it here, and then a tag would be the latest, and then the service type is load balancer, right? So once we have that, create the Helm chart. Number 8 is update values.yaml. Service type is load balancer, and repository change the image repository to the image in ECR, then update the service type to load balancer. Load balancer. Then run the command. Then we will run the command. What's that command again? We will run this command here. We will helm install EKS demo private. Create the command. So we'll put the R command to create the Helm chart is this one. Copy. We'll put that in your README, and then we're going to install it like this. We'll install. This is the Helm chart that we're going to use, and then this is the name of the release. right? So let's check. Let's update this, but hold on. Let's put this in step number 9. Oh no, step number, yeah, number 9. This is going to be number 8 because in number 7 we we will uh, we will attach a the a rule into our EKS or in our, I don't know where is this going to be attached, maybe an EKS something. So let's just investigate it later, but the command to do that is, first we're going to pull, first this is going to be a download the auth AWS auth cm.yaml, which is this one. We're going to download that, and then this is the downloaded one. Then update the rule ARN to this rule. This was created previously in our last projects. So B is update the rule ARN to this rule. This rule was created in, yep, apply. So next is we apply. C is then apply the YAML file like this. So we are going to apply that. Okay, so it's now configured, and then we already have a Helm chart. We just need to install it. So by using this command, right? So let's see if it can install that from, if it can pull that from a private repository. So it's now deployed. All we need to do is to execute this commands, checking. So let's see the namespaces. Okay, so it has a load balancer. Let's check the pods. Oh, it's now running. That's good. So we get this this load balancer DNS, and then load that here, and it's working. Nice. So it's really working. So it doesn't matter if it's a private repo or a public repo, as long as your the rule that you're using has a access to your private repo, then it's fine. And that's it, it's working. And to delete the cluster, we'll add that also here in our step number 11, cleanup. Right, so this one here, and let's do that. day. I'm thankful for every breath I take. I won't take it for granted. So I learn from my mistakes. What's beyond my control? Sometimes I try to let go. Whatever happened to this lifetime? So I trust in love. You are giving me peace of mind. I feel so. Alright, so as long as we don't have the issue with um, eviction, I think we're all good. But let's see. Let's pause and let's just let you know if this completed. So now, as you can see, it's all been cleaned up in our CLI. So this one is an ECR, so it doesn't count. So let's delete this and let's go to our cloud formation because EKS is using cloud formation to provision things. I don't know if it's called provision, but yeah, to launch things. Yeah, maybe launch. So deleting in progress. So if we go to I think we should start um, bookmarking this. Uh, okay, so let's go to EKS. So in our EKS, still deleting, and in our EC2 should be deleted. EC2 instances. We don't want to pay anything, so these are all terminated. What else? Network. Um, load balancers should have one or two. Why is it two now? Anyway, so let's go to cloud formation. Anyways, it's all deleting. So that's it, kids and um, cool chicks. And oh, it's working. Private, private ECR getting pulled and deployed to EKS using Helm chart. But this is locally for now, and maybe next time we'll do it as a we'll do it in Azure CI/CD pipeline. All right. So cool. Thanks. Bye.